Our first Hall of Fame inductee tonight is a decorated war hero who fought in all the major World War II theaters. A man who was among the first company to return to New York Harbor and received a raucous hero's welcome. After witnessing all that death, he committed his remaining days to life, becoming a priest, and more specifically, committed those days to education. Impressed by the Basilian priests at Aquinas, Father Leo Hetzler said he felt drawn to the classroom, so that's where he went. First as a student, where he earned every degree known to man, then as a teacher and a professor for over 3 decades, and that's not all. He's chaired college academic departments, won fellowships, medals, and awards. He's a published writer, and even has a building dedicated to him at St. John Fisher. And yet, Father Hetzler deems his service on the Aquinas Board of Trustees as his greatest honor. Tonight we recognize that meritorious service. Please welcome to the podium, class of 1943, Father Leo Hetzler.
At one time I used to run upstairs. I am deeply grateful to be inducted into the Aquinas Institute Hall of Fame because I love this school so dearly. Here, our minds and hearts are prepared for the struggles ahead. Struggles that, for the class of 43, included World War II. But Aquinas told us what to seek. Teach me goodness, discipline, and knowledge. In regard to knowledge, a joy in knowledge. I remember the English classes of Father John Murphy, later the first president of St. John Fisher College. And tonight we have the honor of having the current president of Fisher, Jerry Rooney. Father John Murphy, he's remembered for his rapid-fire, witty quips, and also for his wise, quiet reflections on life. Then there was Father Charles Donovan, mixing fun with trigonometry. A piece of chalk in hand, he would say to us, "We're going to explore this morning what happens when you divide an angle in a right triangle." And then he would approach the blackboard and draw upon it a right triangle about the size of a postage stamp. And then he would come up with a 2-foot-long wooden compass, point at one end and chalk in the other, to draw the initial arc across one of the angles. Well, we laughed and we learned. Another trick of his, he would arrange for the classroom telephone to ring. It would always be the same wild character claiming that Father Donovan's lesson that day was all wrong. Now this would start a shouting match with the imaginary caller. Discipline. We all have benefited from the strong sense of discipline that our cultures instilled in us. We owe them a deep debt of gratitude. Of course, even in our studies, discipline was an element. I took only 2 years of French, but Father Paul Mellon stressed speaking as well as reading. His sense of discipline helped me fight my way through war-torn France, and later through university courses in French. Goodness. Life is made up of little things. In my freshman year, my homeroom was 119. Our homeroom moderator was a kindly, elderly nun, Sister Clotilde. 40 boys could wreak havoc on the neatness of any homeroom, and yet she never chided us or expressed annoyance of any kind. When we had a study period, it was her chance to go through the aisles, picking up scraps of paper scattered there. But by the third day, there were no scraps of paper to pick up. We responded to her act of kindness. God's plan was underway. Goodness creates goodness. Before I finish, I have a word for our present day students. By your gift of your time for your school, you athletes, actors, musicians, workers with the poor, I can't name you all. You are the living spirit of Aquinas. You all recall that photograph last November of the victorious Aquinas football team and its player, Tamar Hayes, comforting the defeated, tearful Hilton player, Bailey Pittman, with the words, "Keep up your head. You're a great player." Now that's Aquinas. Finally, I think of my own class of 43. How much did it love Aquinas? Beginning in 1948, my class has met every month for lunch. That is, for the last 68 years. For the last 68 years, every month it has gathered happily for companionship and memories. I thank you.